Welcome to a Stationeers recap. At least that's what I'm going to call it for right now. Basically, what this is Stationeers, a game in which you find yourself, well, you can play in a space environment, which you're in space building a space station, and that's a creative mode thing. Coming very soon in an upcoming release is going to be a Mars world that you can play on. And right here, where I'm at, is a moon. Now, I don't know if it's the moon or whatnot, because Earth never appears in the sky, and the sky doesn't look at all familiar, not a single familiar constellation, so I don't consider this to be Earth's moon. This would be one way that you could explain the existence of coal on the moon. Another way would be that somehow coal is formed in a mineral form, too. But anyway, that is for nitpicking detailed discussion at some other point in time, probably by some other person. In any event, when you start the game, you find yourself on the surface of this moon with a few crates of supplies, a portable air conditioner, a portable air scrubber, a tank of oxygen, good-sized tank of oxygen, and in these crates you got some organic supplies. Let me turn on the suit light here. Yeah, here it is. Even after almost a month of playing it, I'm still getting used to the controls. And okay, organic supplies here. We've got some fertilized eggs for chickens. Let's see, got wheat, you got corn, ferns, soybeans. There are some cereal bars and whatnot. And initially, that stuff really didn't matter too much. But in the next major release, there is going to be hunger added to the game. So this stuff will become very important in creating a greenhouse and growing food supplies. Yeah, and other crates of stuff here, like for example, this crate, if I'm not mistaken, is pretty much an airlock kit. Most of the stuff you need to build an airlock. And here's some more other supplies and equipment and whatnot. And over here is some consumable stuff, which is basically some road flares, a tracking beacon, and some spray paint. Yeah. And along the way, there is things like these frames that I've got here sunk into the ground and up over there that you build and establish to build stuff on and whatnot. And in this first day, I set up this machine, which is the auto lathe, which you put raw resources in that side, and you go through here and you tell it what you want to build, you turn it on and build it. And pardon me while I adjust the solar panel, because it's at this point in the game it was still manually operated. You had to tilt the thing manually in order to get it lined up with the sun so that it would generate power and charge that battery there and any batteries that I have in here. Of course, it'll help if I turn the battery charger on. These batteries are necessary, very essential, because A, they run these machines and whatnot, and B, they run the power for the life support in the spacesuit, which is important. And anyway, so yeah, that's good for right now. And so I got the beginnings, the bare bones beginnings of a base. I got this machine down, I got the arc furnace down, and I made an electroprint machine, which basically is all these machines, regardless of what they're called, think of them as 3D printing machines, basically. And this one prints out electronic components like battery cells and cable coils and cartridges for the, I don't know, what is it, a PDA or something, a data tablet, and this one's got a tracker chip on it, and it will track a tracking beacon or another player and whatnot. Of course, I don't have the tracking beacon set up at the moment, but that's all right. The interface for the game is a little bit unorthodox, and it takes some getting used to and can be very aggravating at times. But in spite of that, the game is very addicting. You get to do things like use logic chips to create a logic circuit that will, in this case, once that circuit was completed, and I didn't complete that, here this save was made at the end of day 1, and I had not finished getting that going. And that circuit, when complete, the idea is that it would cause the solar panel to track the sun automatically, because I've got a device here, a daylight sensor, that can tell you what the current solar angle is, and this logic here is supposed to do a little bit of computation on that and come up with what direction, what degree of tilt to turn the solar panel to, instead of me having to come over here every minute or two and do it manually. Yeah. And so this is about where I got to at the end of day 1. I had made a reasonable amount of progress toward that, and I did have the solar panel up, and yeah, so that's pretty much the state of where things were at in day 2, or at the end of day 1. And there was things like down here, there's some ore deposits and more ore deposit over that way. There is oxides, which is basically ice, oxygen-bearing ice and stuff like that. Over here, there's some uranium ore, and oh, here's some right here, the coal. Yeah, and well, they had to have some kind of a source for carbon with which to make steel, and so they invented coal. And now I know coal is supposed to be the result of plant matter and yada 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 and all that, and I don't even want to go into that. I'm willing to suspend disbelief just so that things will work. I don't really care too awfully much about the details. Yeah. In any event, we're getting to the end of the day, and that, I think, means that it's going to be about 10 minutes here. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hope that everything else is working right. Yeah, I think that what I'm going to try to do is, for the next few days, maybe daily episodes of this recap, to recap the episodes of Stationeers live streaming that have happened so far. And then once I'm caught up, then it's just a matter of do a new one of these after every live stream. And I'm going to be doing that at least until I figure out if it is going to be possible, feasible, practical, whateverable to actually just upload live streams or record them as well as live stream at the same time and upload that, or whatever. I don't know. I will get it figured out one way or another. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.
Mr. TinFoilChef.